Good morning, fuckers! We're gonna start you out today with a good one. So I hope you have your jock straps on and you're ready to rock. Wait, what? I have my host here, Mikey, with me.
What's up?
And I also have Eric, the main man in the house. What's up?
How goes it, man?
It goes great, man. It goes great. So, guys, how is everybody doing?
Let's not all go at once.
Don't everybody's jump and talk at once. I mean, shit. Just stare at your screens and like blank face.
Podcast. What's happening? Are we doing this thing?
Yeah, no shit.
I'm doing. You know, I'm just Mike.
I'm just
I'm sorry. I was just squirting a little pussy running around.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
You're squirting pussy? Nothing like keeping that shit wet. Hey, I want to do a special shout out to Paige. She sent us a little video in our TikTok account, and it was pretty funny. So I'll have to show you guys later. But it was the Pringles can. She goes, she heard our last show. For some reason, it made her think about a dick in a Pringles can. I have no idea. So I think her boyfriend's probably going to be pulling out the Pringles at the grocery store next time.
I already bought some. They were 2 for $1 at Walmart.
Are we talking the big can or the little can?
I'm talking about the little snack size cans for me.
Okay.
That's what I get. And you still got to reach all the way in to get to it. You know what I mean?
You're like 4 knuckles deep and you get stuck. You're like, what the fuck?
She's like, where the hell is the chip? It's right there in the center. Just grab it. No,
Listen,
it feels,
in order for this to work, in order for that to work, you either have to have a really large dick or your girlfriend has to have really small hands.
That's what makes it look so big. These are really tiny
That's
hands.
that's the only combinations that work. She's either got to be able to reach into the Pringles can and go all the way down on the Pringles can, or you're got.
Hey, why do you think I date little people? Why do you think I date little people, man? It just makes my dick look that much bigger in their hand.
No, because they are your people.
Well,
they're not little people. They're your people.
Hey, let's see.
They're your people.
It's a successful day. We're 2 minutes and 25 seconds in. Fuck you, Mike. How's that? Fuck you.
What's the smallest person you've ever dated?
4'6".
I would say over 5 feet for sure.
Really?
Like 5'2", 5'3"?
Never dated like anybody below 5 foot?
I'm 6'1".
Never any spinners? No, nothing.
Right,
huh?
So it's really
Well, everybody's a spinner to you.
5'3" is a spinner.
Spinner.
I think
yeah,
5'1" is the shortest for me. What about the tallest?
Oh man, and I'll never forget. In middle school, I dated this chick named Hope Drucker, and she was at the time she went through puberty before any guy. She was 6 foot tall in middle school. She's only 6 feet tall still, but yeah. And I was still not even going through a growth
she's
spurt.
shrunk at her age.
So could you imagine us at the slow dance? Oh my God, I had to look up at her. I'm like, this is weird.
So you dated her at 6'1"?
Yeah. Well, she was she was 6 feet, and I was still growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hit puberty.
How about you, Brad?
I bet you were.
How about you, Brad?
Mine was 6 foot, but I didn't date her.
Oh,
we just hooked up.
That's a huge bitch. Freak.
That was a challenge going in the El Numero, if you get my drift. That was a little bit of a challenge.
Had to get on your soapbox.
No, well, how can you get on a soapbox when you're on your back? I said El Numero, 69. No, that was a little awkward. She had to like crunch up and arch her back like a dog or a cat when it's pissed off. You know what I mean? One of those kind of numbers because I'm sure.
Why would you even attempt that position on that tall?
It was worth it.
Yeah.
The attempt was real. That's all I'm going to say.
She was fucking having to be like in a downward dog.
Yeah, then anytime you're like in the doggy style position or anything, you have to like spread. You're absolutely right. She was a downward dog.
She was in a downward dog.
She was getting her fucking workout too, but I was keeping her in shape.
Like this, like downward dog.
She got her 2 minute workout in. That's all that mattered.
Oh, Jesus.
But anyway.
That's impressive.
About 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Or just the sheer height of her?
No, that she was able to hold a plank for 2 minutes. That's fucking impressive.
No, I have made out
right
with
there.
a girl that's like 6'2". And and I did have to like stand on something, seriously, in order to kiss her. Because she's like freaking towers over me, dude. I'm 5'6", man. So it's like
you know what's crazy about that?
Difference.
It's crazy is that they can also add in like 7-inch heels. So they can literally be almost like 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to handle that. That's too tall for me.
Hey, Eric, I brought a friend of ours to a wedding once, dude, and it was so funny in the photo that I took with the individual because she's 6 foot, and I'm this height, and I'm actually shorter now that I'm older. I always just try to say I'm 5'6", but I'm really kind of hitting on 5'5", 5'4". But it was like I felt like I was her little old brother or the little old man that had the girl that's
the little old man that could
that paid for his date. Wink, wink.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
Wait, what?
So I just got back from a cruise and we were in the elevator.
Okay.
And when the elevator opened up, we walked in and there was family in there. They were Hispanic and they were all under 5 foot, like the 3 of them. Okay. So we get in and I feel like we're kind of average height. Like I'm 5'9", Tracy's like 5'4", because I feel like that's kind of average. The elevator goes down a floor, the door opens, and this woman steps in that's like 6'2", and her husband's probably like 6'5". Okay. So we're standing there. They're in the front, closest to the door. We're in the middle, and then the 4 foot people are behind us.
Down in front.
And in my mind, I'm just visualizing like this is like the evolution of man. Like if you take a side profile, the pictures, it's the evolution of man. Like because it's going up, it's going up the scale. I'm like, this is so fucked up. Like literally,
the shit you think of in weird places, man. I mean, it's like really that's what you thought.
And it was just it was just funny because like the people behind us were Hispanic. So they were darker tanner than Tracy and I. And Tracy and I are pretty tan. And the people in front of us were like Slavic or Norway or Viking. You know what I mean? Like they were tall and blonde and like pale white, like white. And it was just literally
like this guy right here at night.
Like that guy over there. Yeah. So I was just like, this has got to be the funniest fucking thing watching us file out of the fucking elevator.
from tall to short all the way out the door.
Oh yeah, it was a good cruise though. We had a good time.
Did you have to deal with kids?
We had a good time. No, I only saw kids twice.
Oh really?
So
no kids on the.
Nope.
Let's see.
We were in the dining room in Palo, and this little guy comes walking in because his parents were in there having dinner. He literally got through the sliding door because it has one of those doors that opens up. He got one step in, and he got like mugged by like 2 servers. They're like, you cannot come in here. Mm-hmm. He's like, but my mom. He's like, you can't come in here. We could talk outside. And they escorted him out. And then they came in and got the mom and brought the mom out.
The Disney police.
The Disney police was like on it, like white on ice. Yeah, no. Okay, so what Disney does is it's really cool because they have like an entire 18 and up section only of the boat. And then they have the restaurant, the Palo restaurant, and the other Enchante, which I didn't go in Enchante because it just was too much, too bougie. Like the food was too rich, so I didn't want to do it. And it was a 4-hour dining experience, and I just didn't want to waste 4 hours eating. So you go in the Palo Steakhouse, like there's no kids, it's all adults. You go down to the spa rainforest room, which is like has its own pools, has its own like those heated lounger chairs, and got like the steam room, the cold room, the hot sauna, like all sorts of all the fun stuff, like the relaxation, like swings and stuff like that. That you're sitting out there like swinging in the breeze in the boat. No kids are allowed in there.
First, I thought you were going to say this was a Grant and Beth episode because you were swinging. I was like, wait, what?
It's a fucking Disney cruise. Yeah, and then we stay on the concierge decks, which there are kids, but they're usually, and I hate to say this, but like usually like really well-behaved kids, or they have so much technology with them that they don't misbehave. Like there was literally like a kid that was sitting there at the dinner table. He had like his PS5, not dinner table, in the concierge lounge, sitting at the little cocktail tables that are there, because every day from 5 till 10 they have cocktail hour, which you get free drinks, like whatever you want. So the parents were sitting there having a bottle of wine and drinking, and he was just sitting there. He had his PS5 sitting there with a pop-up LCD screen on it and his controller, and he's just playing PS5, with his headphones on. And, his Turtle Beach wireless, like, probably $500 phone set. He probably had like a $3,000 rig sitting there playing on his PS5 on the time of his life, all on the boat, and, they were all like just chill and relaxed. And like, so yeah, we don't hear any kids screaming and stuff. Even when we went to Arundel's, which was like they do like a performance, like a live show, singing and stuff like that. The kids are so enamored with seeing like Olaf and like Anna and Elsa and all those Disney characters from Frozen that they're just like on their best behavior. Like we don't,
of course, because they don't want their mom and dad to say go to the room.
Yeah, and you know it's I don't know, man.
Well, hey, speaking of going,
I almost feel like Disney parents have their shit together more, and I hate to say that, but I really feel like people that are Disney people, like they're the kind of people that are like anal about everything. You know what I mean? Like all their kids are fucking dressed up in Disney shit. They got the Disney stickers all over the walls. Like they're literally like they got their shit dialed in. Does that make sense? Like the mom's like super fucking organized.
Completely agree with you, man. I mean, you go on a Carnival cruise and you feel like you're getting ready to start a UFC match on the deck. I mean, it's insane how much they fight on those decks. People are drunk, acting like buffoons. It's a completely night and day experience. I've never been on a Disney cruise. I can only tell you I've never seen videos of people getting in fights and throwing drinks at each other on a Disney cruise. It's always Carnival, 100%. And I don't see it on Royal Caribbean either.
And I found out why Disney's so much more expensive, and it never dawned on me. And this is probably when I say this, you're probably going to go, "Oh, that makes fucking sense." You know why Disney's are so much more expensive? They don't have casinos.
Oh,
no, they don't have casinos.
Really?
Oh, that makes sense.
So they don't have that huge profit center. Because here's the thing: people go on Royal Caribbean and they spend way more in the casino than they would buying just a regular cruise because they're gambling, and most people lose. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when I went on the Royal Caribbean, like I lost like $1,000, you know, over the 3 days in the casino, and didn't even think nothing about it because I was being entertained for a couple of hours. But right there, you know, there was probably 3,000 people on the boat. If each person loses $500, you know, that's
a big
shit ton of money
stream
right there. You can offset the cruise ship and make it more attractive to get on the boat. So I was like, damn, that makes sense. But yeah, it was great, man. We had the couples massage, which is a really cool room. It's got your own personal like big industrial like hot tub. So it's got a shower. I don't know why Brad's like making
I was going, you getting a little
hand job
happy
motions.
endings on the end did they give you a little Olaf action?
No, fucking Disney. I don't think they'd offer that.
I was trying to
if they did, that shit would be expensive.
I was trying to figure out if he was trying to like tell us to wrap it up and stuff or whatever, but no, it's just jerk it off, guys.
No, that's this, Eric. This means jack it off. This means wrap it off. Hey, speaking of kids, Mikey, didn't you have an incident this morning?
Yeah, I was going to segue into that. So
right before we go through that, my folks, they cruise like you and Tracy do, Mike. They love cruise boating. Yes. They're big Norwegian Cruise Line fans. Well, this year,
I've heard that was good.
They're going on another cruise in March 12th exactly is when they leave. My little brother's turning 21 while they're on the boat. So he's going to get his first chance at gambling in a casino and having his first legal cocktail
drink. You mean one of many?
One of probably. He's with my stepdad.
He's gonna be shit faced.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I thought it was pretty cool and good for him.
No, I remember when I took my son at 21 when he turned on his 21st. Dude, we got him lit up over in Cancun. Oh, Caleb was ripped. He was hammered off one big ass margarita.
We took Haley to Senior Frogs in the Bahamas.
Oh yeah, I bet that was interesting.
Oh, she got shit faced, but that wasn't the bad part. Like, here's the thing: I thought that was going to be the sucky part, you know, like her getting shit faced. No, we brought my wife's sister's daughter with us on the cruise, and she's sitting at the table. Not saying a word, just sitting there. She's probably like 8 or 9 at the time. And she just looks over at my wife sitting across the table from her and literally just pukes all over the table. No fucking heads up. No fucking nothing. Just projectile vomit. Like all over the place. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Like, the little one's not supposed to be the one getting sick projectile vomiting. The big one is, you know, the older one, the 21-year-old's the one that we're supposed to be like mopping up the floors and taking care of. You know what I mean?
You see, Eric, what Mike didn't tell you though is Haley was sneaking him drinks and she's over there going.
No, she wasn't. No, she's not like that at all. No, she's not like that at all.
Funneling it.
And she was like,
I thought it was grenadine.
She's like, why didn't you say anything? She's like, because I didn't want to be embarrassed. I'm like, it would have been so much better if you'd been like, I don't feel good. We could take you back to the boat. You know, she ate something that just didn't agree with her, and she was fine once she puked. But it was just that initial
puking rally.
Mike, you don't have brothers and sisters. So Eric, you have obviously.
I'm an only child.
I have a brother, right? So do you have a sister too or no? Okay.
Yeah.
So
one sister
are you the
and
youngest
three
or the oldest?
I'm the oldest out of my sister
so
and I.
Yeah, you had to think about that for
because
a minute.
I have half brothers and stuff. And
okay. So when you were like coming of age to drink and stuff like that, did you ever like mess with your brothers and sisters and like give them stuff that they weren't supposed to that your parents didn't know?
No, thank God. Thank God.
See, my brother was an asshole. I was like 14, dude, and he had like a big ass pop party at the house, and they're like, here, and his friends are on the back patio going, here, just try this, and I'm going, you know, because I'm 14, dude, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, I'm riding my bike down the road, and it's like, I mean, I was completely hammered riding my bike.
I got lucky because they actually never asked me to get them alcohol or anything. If I could, I probably would have, but I was still underage at the time. We had to ask all of our friends' older brothers to get us the booze, you know, growing up and stuff. And we would just throw it all in a hockey bag and stash it off in the woods. So on Fridays and Saturdays, we'd go out to the woods and party.
In the woods.
Yeah, because it's not like
so you were geocaching before it was a thing.
Exactly. He was
making maps and shit.
Yeah, I was
go here. X marks the spot.
Yeah,
I was drinking by proxy.
Take 10 paces to the right.
Yeah,
drinking by proxy.
He's got like the Goonies map to the alcohol.
Oh my God. So do you think that your siblings enabled you, Brad?
Oh, 100%.
Like your brother? And made it easier for you to get things and do things, like have experiences?
Oh, without a doubt. My brother, like, he would literally have these huge ass. Because we're on cruises, that's what made me think about it. My parents went on a cruise. So my brother was so like, he's kind of like you, Mike. He's very like shifty and smooth.
Overweight.
Well, no, he actually wasn't at the. He was
ugly, overweight,
he's ugly, and he's old. But and he looks like Santa Claus.
Vision, bad attitude, asshole.
My brother literally took all the furniture in the house, all of it. I'm not kidding when I say all of it. Moved it into the garage. In hours, did it all, got everything moved, brought in these chairs and stuff for the back patio and stuff like that. Had this huge party. Now you have to understand, I lived in West Melbourne in Florida, right on the East Coast, and it was the smallest, beach town. It was like Cocoa before Ron John built their new building. It was like
Ron Jeremy.
No, not Ron Jeremy. We know what you're thinking today after your weekend.
Poor Ron Jeremy wrecked your weekend. I mean, wait, what?
So he literally like had these huge parties, and I'll never forget it. We lived on this small like street. We actually had 2 cops in our town. That's it. I swear to God, it was like
2 cocks.
Cops, not cocks.
Oh, cops.
But so yeah.
Sorry.
Stop getting me excited. Wait, what? So we were literally moved all the furniture out. My brother had these huge parties. My sister got so drunk that she threw up everywhere. So my brother was the enabler. My sister would get away with murder from my parents, but they never knew. They came back from this cruise and never found out until we were later in life.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are cruising.
This is coming from this asshole who just spent 10 minutes talking about his fucking cruise. Really?
We'll be landing this plane any moment now.
And he's dogging me for landing the plane. How do you guys for the second time, Mike?
How do you guys think I feel? I get 10 seconds into and all I hear is,
anyways, Eric, could you land this plane? I don't know what you're trying to complain about, but it's taking too long.
This is your captain.
Exactly, Eric. Mikey will go like this. Eric talks for 1 minute and he's going, oh, God, this is so tiring.
Not even 10 seconds.
It's because, I'll tell you what it is. It's when you go on the side details and the tangents. Like, it's the main story, but then you get stuck on the side. Like, you literally like, ooh, squirrel. Like, or it's too much detail. Like, everything I had was consistent, and like it's a consistent story. Like, I only tell you the parts that are important and prevalent to the story.
Eric, he needed 2 more days of vacation. He's still an asshole.
Yeah.
I'll always be an asshole.
Go back out.
Go back on the fucking boat.
Eric, that's actually the perfect segue into my story about what happened this morning.
Okay, go.
So I get up and I'm just doing my normal routine. And in the morning, I'm like really quiet and just kind of focused. Like, I don't really want to talk.
Could have fooled us.
Hey, let's have a motherfucking conversation. No, you've seen me after 4 hours of being awake. All right. So like for that first hour, I go through my routine. Like usually it's like take care of the animals, clean out the dishwasher, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm sitting there and I go outside with Louie, and my daughter's outside with her new dog, Oakley. And Oakley is a Aussie. Okay. Louie's a French bulldog. Oakley is now twice the size of Louie, but she loves charging him at top speed, tackling him, grabbing him by his neck fur, and dragging him across the yard. Okay. Which I normally don't have a problem with because Louie usually gets up and he runs around and they do things. This morning, like she was on him so fast, he didn't know what the fuck happened. And his eyes were so wide. Like he was like, I'm fucking dying here. Can someone please help me? Aww. So all I say, I'm about 50 feet away from them. And all I say is like, bro, can you get your dog? Like, that's all I say. So it gets all broken up. Nothing else. No other words get exchanged. About 4 minutes later, I get this text. It says, I don't know what it is or how to help you, but your moods are affecting the people around you. Now I'm telling you guys, I almost lost my shit. Okay. Like,
so today's not a good day to have a talk with you.
I almost was like, what the fuck? I'm trying to reflect on it.
How old
I'm trying
is she?
to like see her point of view. She's like 20, about to be 21.
Okay.
And I was just like, what the fuck? So my question is, because every time I try to come up with a response to send back to her that's an adult like, my keyboard on my computer or my phone only type fuck you. And I know that's the wrong response. I know that's not the appropriate response to my child.
It's absolutely appropriate. But
I'm like, come on, seriously. Like, okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not even having a bad day. Like, I was just like, maybe I was like too aggressive with the way I said it. Maybe I should have sent it like as a telegram or something like, my dearest child, would you please ever so kindly request that your glorious and amazing puppy does not, if it's at her own accord, brutalize my poor French bulldog.
Well, it was a little passive aggressive.
With the most love and respect, your father. P.S. I will always love you. And if you can't accomplish his request, I completely understand. We'll just let the dog die.
P.P.S. Fuck you.
I was about to say the same thing, Aaron.
Fuck you.
Go fuck yourself.
Anyways, what's the appropriate response to that?
Move out.
I don't know if it. Yeah. You guess who's sleeping in the barn? Guess who's sleeping in the barn tonight, honey bunny?
You're 20. Get the fuck out.
I feel like that's a bit extreme.
Okay. What? Okay. You're 20. It's time for you to make better decisions about where you stay. So, because you can't stay here. No?
You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
Stay here. That's right.
The best way to not be influenced by my moods is not to be around me.
Now I like that response.
And since I'm paying the bills, I feel like I get to stay.
Speaking of which,
I would put little post-its everywhere around the house that say "P.S. Fuck you," just with arrows pointing out to the driveway.
P.S. I love you.
Yeah, for some reason, I feel like that's going to end me up on an episode of Dr. Phil.
Well,
dude, that's money. They pay you to come on that show. What the fuck? I'd be on there going like this. Yeah, I said fuck you to my kid. Why?
That'd be the least. I mean, that wouldn't be enough. Like, I think the writing the P.S. I fuck you around the house would be a little excessive.
I think it'd be hilarious, though.
I feel like that's really petty.
Well, if it's an really like your moods are lately, I mean, you know.
I mean, yeah, if you're surfing the Crimson Wave all the time.
Eric, should we have that talk with him now, since it's appropriate?
Yeah, have the talk with me. Go ahead. Have the talk with me. I don't care. Fucking bring it.
Go back on the cruise boat.
Cruise for 2 more days.
I would if I could.
Hey, bro. Go back on the cruise.
Honestly, I would if I could.
Take your little dog with you.
Yeah, so you guys are absolutely, obviously, you guys are absolutely no fucking help when it comes to parenting.
Well, I'm definitely not.
I am so surprised I got through 18 years of parenting.
What would you say to your imaginary children?
My imaginary children, I say, Knuckle children, fly away.
I was going to say, he does that when he uses the towel to clean up his mess. It's time for you to leave.
Bye-bye, guys.
Jesus.
See you tomorrow. Wait, we'll go back kidding. I'll see you in 2
Yeah, I'm
hours.
so glad you guys asked me to save it for the show, so that way I can get this groundbreaking advice.
All right. Okay, since now we'll get on a serious note. I think I think you should just sit her down and have a talk with her and be like, listen, and explain to her why the dog, because you don't want to teach the dog to be, she knows this anyway, right? Because she works with animals. So it's like, because the dog can become aggressive if you're allowing it to attack it all the time. You know what I mean? I think it's okay to do. So, whether they're playing or not, once they start becoming aggressive, you need to break them up. So yeah, bro, can you get your dog?
See, her dog's not doing it out of aggression.
Your dog's a bad thing to say. So
her dog's not doing it out of aggression. It's because the energy levels are so much different. Like her dog's not growling. Her dog's just playing. And if it was another dog that was agile and fast and didn't have like 700 pounds of extra skin hanging around his face, they wouldn't even be doing it. They'd just be chasing each other, having a good time, like not fucking around. But Louis literally looks like a giant ass plush doll, like, and has like his top speed is like 15 miles an hour. Yeah, well, pretty much.
The dog's got 2 speeds, slow and stop. I mean, come on.
No, he gets these little fucking bursts of energy, and then he becomes fucking dangerous, dude, because he's like a 30-pound. He's like a 30-pound bowling ball fucking rolling at your legs, and he has no self-control. He's literally like,
he'll
fuck, I'm
steamroll your ass right on the ground.
I can't stop. No brakes.
So you know how much
and he can jump high, too. He can jump like 4 feet, which is pretty crazy.
Obviously, 18-pound bowling balls you wouldn't run running into your shin, dude. Imagine a 40-pound bowling ball coming full speed at you and not putting on and then just sweep the leg
out.
Sweep the leg, Louis. Sweep the leg.
Yeah. Like, literally, I've tripped over him a couple times and it sucked because he's not. He's a standard size Frenchie. He's not one of these mini Frenchies. He's like a standard size. So he's like 35 pounds now, and it's crazy. If
I were you, I would just like Brad said, I would sit her down, just have a talk with her. I mean, you're the adult. You're the bigger person.
I don't feel like I'm the adult anymore. I feel like she's better. I feel like she's better at adulting than I am.
But she's not.
But she is. She is.
Now you sound like
she
her.
Goes, okay, she literally, listen, all right. She works a 40-hour work week. She goes to school. She's got A's and B's in school. She goes to the gym every day. Okay. She takes care of all of her shit. She does her own grocery shopping, her own bill paying. She's got like all of her shit together. She's got like a good, healthy savings account, like really healthy savings account for someone her age. And she knows what she wants and she's really focused and like there's like nothing I can falter on.
But let me ask you something about that then. Do you feel like that
I'm just crazy? Like literally, like I look at her and I'm like, wow, she's definitely like,
but hold on,
taking it up a notch over me.
Do you feel like that's made her insensitive towards other people because of how she is? Like she's so hard-nosed that she finds it hard to have relationships or anything like that?
No. She has.
I'm just asking because I don't know enough.
She just has a lot of her friends are good friends. She doesn't have a lot of acquaintances because
nothing wrong with that.
If it's a shitty person, she doesn't waste her time on them. Like, and she's like, if she's in a relationship and she realizes that they're not going, like it's not going well. She gets out of it, like she was with a guy that he was a good guy. He had a decent job. But there were some red flags there. And a lot of people would have been like, oh, I'm just going to overlook it. Like he had a thing where he just drank too much every time they went out, you know what I'm saying? And got stupid. And that kind of bothered her, and when he would talk, she talked to him about it and he would say, yeah, I'll take care of it. I won't do it anymore. And then he does it again. And she's like, I didn't really have problems with the drinking so much. It was that he kept telling me he wouldn't do it. And then he would just go back and do it.
Right. He wasn't.
So she was smart enough to realize that he's one of those people that will tell you what you want to hear, but then not follow through with it. And she's smart enough to realize that will translate to other things, bigger problems in life later.
Absolutely. So
she was like, I don't want to be around somebody that has that, has that mindset that they're going to lie to my face and tell me, hey, I'll do this, this, and this, and then not follow through with it. So like, I'd rather just not get invested and spend a year or 2 years in this relationship just for it to have that issue. Like I'd rather find somebody that doesn't have that quality flaw. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that's pretty impressive to me, in my opinion. So when she says stuff like this, it does affect me because I know it's not coming from a place of like being pissed off.
because she's observing.
So that's
you.
why I'm having a hard time responding, because that's why, my brain was telling me, like, my caveman brain's like, smash, fuck you, but my logical brain's like, okay, maybe she has a point.
I was just about to say,
constantly saying every day I'm an asshole, and I kind of am an asshole. So
well,
maybe I need to be like more. I was going to say, and fucking,
I was going to say maybe there's some truth to her statement. Maybe it's something that you need to think about and evaluate. You know, you need to take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror and go, hey, man, maybe I am being a little insensitive or being an asshole sometimes to people.
I mean, taking a detour on this, do you guys ever feel like no matter how successful you are, you're still a piece of shit?
I think
every fucking day.
A little bit of self. Yeah, sometimes.
I feel like a real, So I mean, just taking for a real turn before we go back to the funny shit. Yeah, seriously, like every day, like no matter how successful I am, I wake up and I'm like, I ffeel like a piece of shit. Like I could be doing a better job. You know what I mean?
That has to do with your own self-confidence, though. That's something that you need to work on personally.
I'm not lacking confidence. Yeah. See, that's weird. I'm not lacking confidence.
I'm right there with you, Mike.
I'm confident.
About the confidence thing, because I'm confident. I wake up the same way.
I'm confident that I'm a piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. It's not even comparing myself to other people. I'm not like, oh, look, they got that much more, because everybody lives their own life. Everybody has their own journey. It's about what you do personally. You know what I mean? Correct. It's about being better than you were the day before. But lately, for the last couple of years, I feel like I have not been better than the day before. And I can't figure out how to fucking turn the boat around. Because every time I start to turn the boat around, it does a 360 instead of a 180. It's like, we'll just keep on turning, bitch. And then you're back on the path.
But you know what? Before we head out of here, I was gonna add to that, because I really feel like at times, though, that's just life. I mean, that's the road of life. There's going to be constant speed bumps and detours and left. Make a decision and take the left road versus the right road. Sometimes you make the left road and it's not the right path. You know what I'm saying? It was the longer path to get to to the end of your journey, so to speak. So I just think it's just a constant journey. That's just life, and it's about. And you can't quit. You can't stop. You have to keep hammering away. And that was Motivational Moments by Brad for 1 minute. But I'm just saying that's the way it is. I mean, if the only other alternative is to say fuck it and give up and not do it. You know what I mean?
No, I know. But sometimes you feel like that. Sometimes you feel like giving up.
Absolutely.
But I think we should carry this conversation into the next episode.
I agree, because I'd like to talk a little bit more about
I think it's a little bit longer to talk about, and then we'll get back more to some funny shit. But every once in a while, have some real shit. It's kind of nice too.
Well, all people got to do is look at Eric on that frame to the right, man, and they can tell how funny things are.
See, I think Eric's a fucking good-looking guy. Like,
I mean, if I was gay,
honestly, if I was gay and a woman, I would probably be dating.
If you were gay and a woman, wait, what? A woman.
So you're saying a woman, so then Eric would be the choice for me.
You're a fucking girl. All right, guys, listen.
Sorry, Eric. I was trying to do a compliment there, but I just fucked it up.
You fucked it all up.
Fucked it all up.
Hey, listen, we're gonna get out of here. One thing is for sure, make sure you check out our show later this week. We're gonna have Beth and Grant on together for Swingers Part. What is it?
Trace.
Menage a trois. Menage a trois. Swingers.
The ultimate climax.
The ultimate climax, right? So we'll have them on. We'll also have another guest, I believe, on this week as well. I think it's what is it, D's Bucks or something like that. I think that's his handle. One of the guys from the Buccaneers. So we'll have him on the show as well. And don't forget, you can visit us on our socials on the _ the Daily BM on the TikTok and on the tweet machine. You can also see Eric at Eric C, I believe, at 102.5, right? Something like that.
At Eric C 1025, yes, correct.
Yeah. So you can tweet him anytime. He's always on the Twitter machine, so go check him out over there. You can also go to our website at thedailybm.com or Facebook and Instagram at thedailybm. With that, we're going to carry some of this conversation into the next episode, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow, and see you on the flip side.
Have a good one.
Deuces.
Fuck you, Mike.
Ow! I'll take it.
I bet you will.
In the pooper.
Booyah!